Nagpakita ba si Nico Locco sa Love at the End of the World?
I'll just say...
The first part of your body na hinahawakan mo pag gising mo.
Grabe ka naman. Grabe ka naman. Hahawakin ko.
So, babaero ka dito sa film, but in real life, ganun din po ba?
Hindi ako perfectong tao. I mean...
Hi, Sir Nico Locco. Good evening po.
Good evening. Magandang gabi po. Thank you for having me tonight, John.
Yes, thank you so much po for saying yes. Grabe, ang pogi niyo pala talaga sa personal, virtual.
Salamat.
I am so lucky to have you. Alam niyo naman, kayo po ay isa sa mga pantasya sa Instagram, sa mga thirst trap niyo dyan na mga posts, di ba?
Oo, mga thirst trap dyan. Oo nga.
Yes, at very may humor kayo pag nagpo-post, like talagang may mga tanong, 'di ba? Parang bakit mo ako tinititigan? Something like that. So talaga namang nakaka-entice ang isang Nico Locco, 'di ba?
yan ang goal ko for sa mga posts ko. So I'm happy that you're having that feedback.
Yes, and nakakakilig siya minsan kahit hindi naman talaga kami ang iyong charot po. Ayan. So, first of all, Sir Nico, or I can just call you Nico, right?
Oh, Nico na lang?
Oo. Or pwede rin namang baby.
Sige, baby na lang. That's okay, yeah.
Ayan. Okay, ayan, guys, I have a permission. Baby Nico, ayan. So, baby Nico na tuloy talaga. Nico, you are an Italian, right? So, paano po kayo napunta sa Philippines?
It's such a long story actually. Kasi tama yan. Born ako sa Italy. Tapos lumaki ako sa US and Canada. Kaya my accent is very American sounding. Tapos, meron akong isang film that took me to Asia. I was actually shooting in a movie that was an Indonesian and American production. And this was in Jakarta, Indonesia. We shot the movie and I actually liked Indonesia quite a bit. I liked the culture, I liked the people. So I decided to stay there a bit longer. And then I was acting, modeling, even DJing sa mga clubs. Tapos, I was lucky enough to meet Nadine Lustre from the Philippines. Kasi may isang concert na she was performing at, tapos ako yung host. We got along, we became friends, and then she eventually ended up inviting me sa Pinas for a music video shoot. So we shot for 1 week sa Subic, and then doon ako na in love sa Pinas. Like, I fell in love with the people, the culture, so I decided to extend for 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, tapos 5 years na ako dito.
Wow! So, nakakatuwa kasi you can speak our language. So, paano po kayo natutong mag-Tagalog? Like, may nagtuturo ba sa inyo or self-taught?
Actually, dati meron akong isang teacher that I would see every week, and we would like literally learn from the basics, like mga 10 hours per week. Alam ko maraming foreigners sa Pinas, and I know that they love the culture as well. Pero for me, kasi hindi ako Filipino, right? Hindi ako Filipino. And once I realized na, okay, gusto kong pumasok sa showbiz, I had to think of a way, how am I going to connect with people dito sa Pinas? And I thought, okay, it's going to be through language. Kaya dapat marunong ako mag-Tagalog. And that's why I decided to learn it. And I'm so happy that I decided to learn it kasi parang I feel like a Filipino now. It's crazy.
So you're a Filipino by heart right now.
Yes, pusong Pinoy.
Yes, and I saw your YouTube. Meron ka dong paano manligaw at kumanta ka ng haranang O Ilaw. Diba? That was so cute.
Actually, hindi ako madalas sa YouTube. Like, I haven't really made too much content. I'm more focused on acting and hosting. Pero I enjoyed making those videos. I never really ended up going through sa vlogging. But that day I made some mga funny videos of, making ligaw with sa mga Pinay. Tapos, going to Quiapo, going to Divisoria. Oo.
Oh, talagang you immersed yourself sa street ng Philippines and how to be a Filipino on the street talaga.
Yes.
Yung
Totoo
daming
talaga.
tao.
Oo.
Alright. And what is your favorite food in the Philippines?
Maraming masarap na pagkain dito, John. Pero I'd have to go with Bicol Express. Favorite ko yan.
Bicol Express. How about the street food? Any street food that you love from the Philippines?
Yes, I love barbecue. Isaw ng baboy, isaw ng manok. Ano pa? I can't do balot. Hindi ko kaya. Like, grabe yan. Pero, kwek-kwek, fish balls, masarap yan.
From modeling po, nag-start kayo as a model in the Philippines also, di ba? And then you transition to acting. So, paano po kayo napasok sa acting?
Actually, John, nag-start ako as an actor way back. Noong 18 years old ako. So, I really started in acting. I was trained as an actor. I went to theater school, drama arts. Parang that was my first love. Tapos, I kind of got tired of the industry sa Los Angeles in the US. Kasi I was acting there initially. I kind of got tired of it, I think. And then I started to transition to modeling. So when I came to the Philippines, that's where I started, was modeling talaga. Kasi, of course, I didn't know the language. I was still making connections here. And then after I made connections and realized na I wanted to be a part of show business sa Pinas, that's when I started doing more acting.
Do you remember your first acting stint sa Philippines? Is it a movie right away, a mainstream movie, an indie film?
First acting stint. Whew, that's a hard one kasi 5 years ago yan eh. Pero yung first big acting stint ko, dati GMA was the first people to discover me as an actor. Before any manager or anybody like that. So I started doing a lot of stuff sa GMA originally.
You started on TV?
Yes, I started on TV talaga. And my first big lead role, was in Tadhana with Chris Burnell. So we were the two leads. I think that was my biggest first acting stint noong 2017.
All right. And then nalinya po kayo sa indie film, 'di ba? So you did some indie film and you won an award, Best Actor for Gawad Sining sa movie na Sabado.
Yes, I was 2019 actually, and sobrang proud ako sa sarili ko kasi yung script was 70% Tagalog, 30% English. Kahit nahirapan ako sa script, lumaban ako and I was able to win an award for that. And I never even thought I was going to win an award. I didn't even think it was going to be a good film. And we ended up winning Best Picture, Best Director, and I won Best Actor.
Wow. And I saw some clip. It's like, it's kind of similar to, in Netflix, the series, which is You, wherein you are like stalking a girl. Diba?
Actually, it's funny you say that, John, kasi I studied You, the series, before I did that role. Kasi parang sobrang pareho yung roles. Like he's, again, like you said, he's stalking a girl. He's infatuated with this woman. And that's kind of like my role in Sabado. Kasi I was married, I had a family. Tapos, I kind of, medyo babaero ako sa film. So I loved this woman that I accidentally bumped into. And then I ended up stalking her talaga. And then, naging psychotic serial killer ako.
Yes, kaya nga, babaero ka dito sa film. But in real life, ganun din po ba?
No! Grabe ka naman, John. Hindi naman, I mean, hindi ako perfectong tao. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I've been perfect my whole life and I made mistakes. And I did have issues sa past ko and my ex-girlfriend. Pero we learn. We live and we learn talaga, John. Yeah. And I'm confident saying that me now is the new Nico Locco. I feel like I'm a different man. I mean, parang that was such a hard experience for me and it almost ruined my career noong 2018. I almost lost everything because of that. And I'm just thankful for God and thankful for my supporters that they kept their faith in me as an artist and I've been able to make a comeback.
Yeah, speaking of controversy po, when that controversy came out, diba you did a movie Colyon with Jasmine Curtis, Mariel Soriano, and the Miss Isa Calzado. So, I saw kasi a clip that you were like on the spot po kayo sa isang TV program which is with Kuya Will. And then talagang you stood up and naging honest kayo kay Kuya Will, and talagang humanga pa sa inyo si Kuya Will because you stand up and say that yeah, that is true, and you accept it. So how do you handle those kind of on the spot and also controversies when it comes sa mga issue po sa inyo?
That's a great question, John. Actually, I was watching that clip no more than 3 days ago. Someone was showing it to me, so I relived it. Tapos, I just remember myself in that moment thinking that this is the most embarrassing, humiliating moment of my life. Like, grabe. Kasi we were actually there to promote the film, Kulion.
Yes.
It wasn't supposed to be about my past issues or anything like that. Tapos, yeah, like you said, Hipon Girl and Kuya Will called me out on the spot from the crowd. Hindi ako ready dyan. And yeah, I had to face it. I mean, pero sometimes you have to face things in life. I mean, you have no other option. And actually, I saw that as a moment where, you know, I could either get mad and be galit that Hipon Girl put me on the spot and brought up those bad things. But I realized I have to be a man. I have to face my problems. And the number one thing is just admit it, you know? Just own up to it and be a man about it. That's the better thing to do. So I accepted it. I said sorry on national TV. Since that moment, kasi after that taping, umiyak ako. I was devastated. Like, I thought the issue was over and then it just came back. Pero the succeeding days after that, I started to get stronger. Parang nagbago ako after that.
So like, it's like a turning point.
Yes.
On the spot kayo.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's a turning point talaga.
You said you cried and you had that realization. So, paano po kayo nagko-cope up? Like, do you drink? Nagwawalwal ka ba? Or you read books? You watch movie?
Oh, marami akong walwal at that time. I was walwal all the time for months. Kasi wala akong work. I lost everything. And then, buti na lang, I had some really awesome people in my life. I had Shandy Bacolod, who is the director of Love at the End of the World. At that time, she was producing Kulion. And I mean, there's always that one person that still believes in you and brings you up. Kahit anong nangyari. And Shandy was there for me. And he just said, you know, stay strong. Things will get better. You're a very talented artist. Don't lose hope. And that really helped me. Parang looking back on it now, it actually saved me. And then ironically, Shandy signed me as her talent and opened up her talent management company again, Team MSB.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, swerte ako sa mga friends ko. I'm surrounded by a lot of awesome people. And I'm also a very driven person. I've never been someone to quit or, you know, to give up because people don't want me to succeed. I mean, I've had those kind of people in my life ever since I was a kid. So, parang medyo matigas na ulo, matigas na puso. Kaya I wasn't giving up anytime. So, make a long story short, swerte ako.
That is so good that you have really a good support system around you. Yes. Whenever on your very parang down moment, diba?
Sorry, you made a good point that, you know, I had a good support system. I think every artist has to have a good support system because it's never a perfect journey. And especially when you're in the public eye and everybody's watching your every move. And especially when may kasalanan ka, it gets worse. That's what they're looking for. That's what sa mga tao want. Mga marites. They want that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, you're right. Tama yan. You have to have a good support system.
And speaking of support system, you've been an independent since you were 17, diba? Or 18 when you left the US and you travel at napunta ka nga sa Philippines. So, what is your learning all throughout that journey na you've been living alone?
It's a very good question, John. I think my biggest learning from that is at the end of the day, nobody is going to help you but yourself. It's just, if you want yourself to succeed, you will succeed if you really desire that. Pero nobody's going to do it for you. You can have awesome people around you to help you. Pero ikaw lang. That's the only person that's going to allow you to succeed. And I learned that through the years. Of course, I failed. Marami akong failures, marami akong challenges. And like I was saying kanina, like there was points where I just wanted to give up. But I think I've always had that inside. Like, parang I've always had this image of myself, you know, I wanted to be this, I wanted to be that kind of person, and I never lost that image of myself, and I just keep striving for that every day. It's allowed me to get through those 8 years of being on my own, not having any family or anybody close around me, having to adjust to cultures all the time. Mahirap yan. I mean, even a lot of OFWs can compare to that. A lot of Filipinos living in different countries, they naiintindihan nila na you have to adjust and you have to get used to different ways of life. Kasi it's of course not going to be the same as where you came from, diba?
You have this persona of like, you have your eyes on the goal and you have this law of attraction mindset wherein what you attract is that's what you wanted to be.
Yes. Tama yan. It's law of attraction, right?
You've done a lot of like indie movies and nalinya po kayo sa mga indie movies. So, anong mga role yung naibibigay sa'yo normally?
Usually naman, killer, abuser, alcoholic, babaero, hunk, boyfriend ng Filipina. Those are the typical roles that I'm put in. Usually contribida roles. Lahat ng roles ko sa GMA, contribida. Those are the typecasted roles that I've been getting that day. It seems like now I'm starting to create almost my own category of roles, and it's been fun watching that actually, because people are getting me now as Nico Locco, and they're making a role after me, myself, not my peg, of course, of being the good-looking foreigner guy na hunky. Of course, it's hard to avoid those typecasted roles because Filipino film and Filipino TV hasn't really changed much over the last 5 years. I mean, they'll always have those typical storylines, mga drama storylines, and there's always a place for the foreigner in those types of stories. Pero ngayon, I see it changing. It's starting to transition. So I'm starting to get different roles, and Love at the End of the World is actually a good example of a different type of role for me.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Love at the End of the World, is this your first BL or boys love type of series or project?
Yes, first ever BL role I've ever done. First LGBTQIA+ role I've ever done in my career.
So paano po kayo nag-say yes sa ganitong role?
Of course, napansin ko sa Pinas na BL series are becoming very trendy. And in the last 2 years, well, actually, noong start ng pandemic, that's when BL series really started to get popular, especially with Game Boys, right? That kind of sparked everything. I had a feeling now that I would be doing a BL series eventually. I just didn't know when or what the role was going to be. If I accepted the role, I really wanted it to be deep and mabigat in terms of character. Tapos magandang storyline. If all those boxes were checked, I was going to accept the role, and Love at the End of the World checked all those boxes.
Can you tell us about your role po dito? Bakit kailangan nila abangan yung character nyo dito sa Love at the End of the World?
Yeah, so my role is Tony. He's a depressed American tourist that went to the US to commit the perfect suicide. He's yung tipong homosexual that was never accepted in his family, was to the point of being disowned by his father. Kaya sobrang depressed siya to the point where he just wants to end his life. But he wants to end his life in the most perfect way possible. So he goes to the Philippines, of course, being a very beautiful country. Paradise, as he says in the shows. And he's lucky enough to meet a boy named Ian. And he meets him sa isang resort. They fall in love. They fall head over heels for each other. Ian sort of changes his mindset, almost causes Tony to want to live out the remaining days before the end of the world. It's sort of a plot twist for Tony.
Oh, that's very interesting. And is this your first time kissing a man on screen?
First time ba? Actually, second time. I've done a BL series, pero super ikli. It was 1 episode lang and parang short film, like 5-6 minutes lang siya. And I did kiss another guy in that short film. So Ian, aka Gold Asaran, would be the second boy that I've kissed on screen.
How about in real life? Just kidding.
Grabe naman yan.
Charot lang po. But then, How can you relate your character in real life? Nakarelate ka ba sa character mo? Like, parang ako to. I have this kind of personality also.
Actually, surprisingly, I related to Tony so easily. And off of first glance, when Shandy presented me the role, I was like, ang layo. Like, I think mahihirapan ako because I couldn't really relate to Tony's situation. But after studying the character and studying the script, I realized that, wow, super pareho ang lives namin. In a way that not really being a homosexual because I'm a straight guy, but those feelings of being rejected and having to leave your family and leave certain situations that you weren't wanted in, feeling depressed, rejected from society. Those were all things that I felt sa past ko. Doon ako nang connect with Tony. It didn't make the role easy, but it made my preparation a lot more clear, and I understood how I would be able to deliver the character.
Ano po yung unforgettable scene sa series na kailangan i-watch out ng mga viewers?
Marami kaming magandang scenes, especially me and Ian, kasi every couple has their own sort of theme and overall vibe. Pero me and Ian is super unique, I have to say, in terms of cinematography and even script. I'll just say underwater scenes. We have a lot of underwater scenes where like the camera guy is legit underwater swimming with us shooting these scenes, and magugulat ka, mababaliw ka for sure.
Oh my God, exciting. Actually, nakita ko sa trailer na tumatakbo ka na buhat-buhat mo si Gold Aceron. And ikaw ba yung yung nagpo-floating sa water doon sa trailer? Oh my God. And nakausap ko kasi si Direk Shandy about this. And she said na hindi lang to pasilip, kundi talagang ipapakita. Nagpakita ba si Nico Locco sa Love at the End of the World?
Anong makikita mo?
Sabi ni Direk, sabi niya.
Yes. Tama yan. I'll just say, all out ako sa series. All out ako. And
as in all out, as in
all out.
Tinanggal mo ang lahat.
Yes. And first time ko na all out. Like sa Sabado, meron akong konting pasilip frontal, and that went viral on Twitter. I'm sure you saw it. If you didn't, it's there. Pero sa itong series, yeah, you'll see all out ako. And I think it's that time. I mean, 26 years old na ako. I'm at that point where I'm ready to start doing more sexual, more daring type roles. So it was my decision, of course, and also Shandy's decision to go through with that. Kasi, of course, she's my manager as well. Kaya we made a collective decision that this is the right thing to do.
Talaga naman palang aabangan natin yan.
Abangan mo, ah.
At nag-subscribe na po ako sa Gaga Ulala talaga dahil inaabangan ko itong Love at the End of the World. Kasi nga, nung nakakwentuhan ko si Direk Shandy, talagang marami siyang ibinigay na juicy details sa akin about this series. And meron kang scene dito na galing ka sa beach, yung nakadapa ka. Tapos, and then we walk with is it a bathrobe?
Parang kimono / bathrobe.
And then nakita ka ni Gold. As in, yun na ba yun? Isa ba yun sa mga abangan namin?
Ito yung parang teaser release sa YouTube channel. Correct. Yeah, where sinabi ni Gold, hot dog! Ganon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero etos lang yan. That's not actually the scene where may pasilip talaga my frontal. Sa ibang scenes na lang.
And napag-usapan yung hotdog kasi tinanong ko si Direk. Sabi ko, Direk, saan nyo po maikukumpara ang hinaharap ni Nico? At ang sabi niya ay spicy Italian sausage. Ayan.
Sinabi niya?
Oo. So, ako naman ang magtatanong, Sir Nico, saan nyo po maikukumpara ito? Kung Italian spicy sausage, ito ba yung baluktot or straight?
Ayaw ko sumagot. Panoorin mo na lang.
Yes.
Panoorin mo na lang. That's my answer for that. Panoorin mo na lang para may suspense pa rin.
Sige. Walang spoiler alert. Kailangan panoorin at malaman natin kung ano talaga ang spicy Italian sausage na yan.
Yeah, basta yan. Spicy Italian sausage talaga.
Para sa'yo, what makes this Love at the End of the World different from a typical BL series as they quote it in the Philippines? Because for me, when I watch it, like it's very intense, especially yung tumatakbo kayo sa
Yes.
trailer. It's like very intense, and the car scene itself. So
Yes.
how is it different?
It's different in so many ways, John. Like, I don't even know where to start. Pero, of course, the genre is boys love. Kasi that's every story is boys love. Pero, may ibang aspects, may suspense, I wouldn't call it action, but let's call it thrill na lang. May comedy, may funny moments, pero may moments na where gusto mong umiyak. And there's also those kilig moments as well, because of course, sa mga BL series, you have to have a bit of kilig. And as well, I would use the word erotic. There's a lot of sexual scenes talaga. I mean, so sa mga libog, they're also going to enjoy the series.
parang yung mga sexual desires, as
Yes,
Shandy
exactly.
quoted.
Mga sexual fantasies, lahat doon.
Aside from those erotic moments, love stories, drama, what do you think is the lesson Love at the End of the World will give to the viewers?
The lesson for me, when I studied the character of Tony and I read the whole script, would be love is the single most powerful force in the world. Talaga. There's nothing else more powerful, and in your lasting moments on earth, love is the most important thing. Nothing else matters. And sometimes we lose track of that. We lose focus on that because there's so many material objects. We have so many stresses sa buhay natin. Pero when you're about to die, all those things disappear and love remains there.
Wow. So Love at the End of the World will really teach you to remember love always.
Yes. Tama. That's the main lesson. And I hope sana people take that away at the end of the series.
Speaking of End of the World, as Nico Locco itself, if you only have 7 days to live and the world is about to end, what are the top 3 things in your mind na gagawin?
I think I would tell all the important people sa buhay ko that I love them, and I just want to say thank you for all the things you did for me, and I really appreciate it. I think that'd be the first thing I did, was just let all those important people know how I really felt. Secondly, I think I would have a really delicious steak. Like a really juicy steak. I think that'd be the second thing before I left. The best steak ever. Thirdly, I would siguro make love with somebody.
Oh, ayun. For how many hours po?
It's many hours remaining on Earth. I would just go.
Oh, yeah. So until the end na yun, no?
Until the end talaga.
Yes. Serious question po. Who is your life hero or idol?
I mean, as an actor, of course, I have people that I looked up to here in the Philippines as well as Hollywood. But I think personally, it's always been my grandfather, my lolo. He's always been my role model ever since I was a kid. And I'm named after him, actually. Nico is my grandfather's name as well. And I have a tattoo. I don't know if you've seen some mga pictures. I have a tattoo on my chest. That's actually in honor of him when he passed away noong 2003. Pero his work ethic was something that I really admired talaga. And sinabi ko sa akin, if I can have his work ethic, okay na ako. I can accomplish anything. Kasi he's a great example. He was Italian. He knew no English. And he ended up immigrating to another country later on in his life and didn't understand English. But he found a way to succeed just through hard work and having charisma and ambition. I've always modeled myself after him. And hopefully he's up there, looking down on me and proud siya sa akin.
For sure, he will be proud of you. And like what he did, diba? He migrated to a different country. Like what you're doing right now, and you're excelling in what you do right now. So definitely he will be proud of you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that, John.
It's time for you to promote Love at the End of the World to everybody. Kailan po ba ito ipapalabas ang first episode? I know it's in December, but the exact date, and invite everybody. Ano ba ang Love at the End of the World?
Yes, so sa mga viewers of OffCam with Truly Asia Diaries, I just want to invite you all to watch Love at the End of the World, premiering on December 31st on Gaga Ulala, as well as other platforms. Pero it will be exclusively releasing on Gaga Ulala Originals, December 31st. Abangin nyo starring all sorts of great actors: Marky Strom, ako, Christoph Garcia, Yam Mercado, Gold Aceron, Rex Lantano, at iba pa. It's going to be a great series. If you're looking for an unique experience in the BL world, panoorin nyo.
Yes, at hindi lang sila dito magpapasilip, marami silang ipapakita, guys, kaya abangan ang Love at the End of the World. Ayan, Sir Nico, before I say goodbye and thank you to you, we have in Off-Cam with True Asia Diaries, kapag mga hot guys ang kasama ko, we have a quickie sesh. It's like a fast talk thing. So,
okay,
sasagutin ko lang naman ng mabilisan.
Oo, sige, quickie tayo.
Quickie na tayo, baby Nico. So, eto po. First question. Boxers or brief?
Briefs.
Anong size ng brief ni Nico Locco?
Medium.
How long do you sleep at night?
5 hours.
The last thing you do before you sleep?
Last thing I do before I sleep is check my schedule to see anong gagawin ko the next day.
The first part of your body na hinahawakan mo pag gising mo?
Grabe ka naman. Grabe ka naman. Hahawakin ko ang ahas ko.
Oh, ayan. Sana ahas na. Ayan. Sexiest part of your body?
Sexiest part of my body is my eyes.
Kung wala po sa mukha, nasaan?
I would say sa Santolan Station.
Santolan Station. Ayan, which part of your body you are most proud of?
Siguro my arms.
Your arms.
Yeah.
Sayang hindi ka nakasando, papasample sana natin yung arms.
Oo, nakahubad ako eh.
Yes. But are you a grower or a shower?
Definitely a grower.
Hoy, grower. Ayan. Anong Filipino dish ang isang Nico Locco?
I would say Bicol Express kasi spicy ako. May sassy side pero masarap pa rin.
Oh, yun. Spicy and masarap. Masarap
yes,
talaga po ang Nico Locco. You were a virgin until the age of?
Until the age of 19.
Late bloomer naman
diba?
pala.
Late bloomer ako.
Very good boy ka ba nung kabataan mo? Kaya 19 na nabinyagan?
Oo, good boy ako dati. Grabe. Focused ako sa sports and school.
Okay. Sex or Wi-Fi?
Sex.
The best day for sex? Araw.
Best day of the week?
Yes.
Monday. Para magandang start ng week mo.
Ayan. And lastly, describe your sex life in one word.
That's a good question. Parang it's actually hindi ko priority at this time kasi in love ako sa career ko. Pero it's there pa rin.
Saan mo ba i-describe? Matumal po ba o panapanahon lang?
Walang answer for that. Wala akong comment.
Okay. No comment. Okay, complete the sentence. I am Nico Locco and...
I am Nico Locco and... makulit.
Ayan, thank you so much, Sir Nico Locco. Yan ang tunay na buhay sa likod ng camera. This is Off-Cam with Truly Asia Diaries.
The hardest walk is walking alone, but it's also the walk that makes you stronger. Strong enough to stand for yourself because sometimes it takes a good fall to really know where you stand, to move forward and achieve great things in life.